Happy New Year's! Welcome back to Childcare Boss Marketing. It's not only a new year, guys, it's a new decade. Are you ready to get into this all new content that I have for this YouTube channel? I am so excited to bring you guys everything that I've learned in the past 2 years, especially 2019. 2019 was a year to remember. So this is the time in this video to stop, pause, get you a pen, get you a paper, get you something to drink, get you a snack, and let's get into it. Listen, you guys, 2019 was a rough ride for everyone, especially me. It felt like in 2019 I was on a roller coaster ride. It was a lot. I mean, I went through a lot in my childcare businesses. I went through a lot in my coaching business. I went through a lot with trademarks, copyrights, opening a new location, not only for my childcare industry but for a boutique, creating all new content, it was so much, and we're going to get into it on this channel this year. Let me go ahead and give you guys my disclaimer. My videos is strictly for educational purposes only. You do not have to like the video. You do not have to share the video. You do not have to take what I'm saying to be facts. I'm only speaking what I went through and what I did to overcome them. And I use my personal experiences in not only my personal life but in my businesses as educational tools for you guys. So not saying that because I went through something and I overcame them, or the steps that I took to overcome them, or the steps I did to make something great, it doesn't mean it's going to work for you. It just means that this is my blueprint, and I want to share with you all everything. On this channel, you will get the real. I do not sugarcoat anything on this channel. That's from the drama in the business that goes on behind the scenes, issues with inside of the businesses, especially childcare, things I go through with licensing, which, you know, everybody goes through these things, but I'm only sharing my experiences. So you take what I say and you use how it applies to your situation. Those are my disclaimers. I'm also, just to let you guys know, my name, first of all, if you're new to this channel, my name is Natalie Moore. I own and operate several childcare businesses in the state of Texas. I'm not only a childcare owner or a childcare coach, I'm a business coach. I teach business, and we will get into that. I've been trying to think of ways, guys, on how can I incorporate all of my businesses into one. And some may say it's kind of hard to do that. Everything should have a separate platform, but having separate platforms caused me to shut down in 2019, and why I was not as effective and not as current, and why I wasn't moving current and new content like I once did, trying to secure all the platforms. So here in this new decade in 2020, we're combining businesses, because I found that if you know business, if you know how to put together a business, if you understand the art of business, you can start, operate, and grow any business. It's pretty much the same platform. You just take what applies to you, and that's what you're going to learn following me through my courses, my journey, and on this channel. If you have any questions, you can follow me on any platform such as Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. We now have a Snapchat. You can just leave a comment down below, leave me your email. You can also visit www.childcarebossmarketing.com. And for those that want to start businesses, you can follow me on you can go to the website at www.businesschronicles.com. So now that I put all of that out there, my videos are not to be used to sell you a product. My videos are they're free. You get free information here. But if you want to go a little bit further and you want to take your businesses a little bit further, if you want to start a business and you don't know where to start here. And if you want to go deeper into that, Go to those websites, go to any one of my social media platforms, and let's get started with there, because I'm here to pour my value into you, and I want you to take what I'm saying, like I say, take what applies. Okay, so I want to talk about my year as a whole, and then as time goes on, we're going to start breaking these stories down. The beginning of my year started off great. We had our conference, the Childcare Boss, the Secure the Bag event in March. For everybody that came out and supported that event, I truly appreciate it. That set the platform and the foundation on where we're going now in this new decade. But what people don't know, what was going on behind the scenes. Okay, so, some things people be too embarrassed to talk about. And I must say that for a second, I was really embarrassed about what was going on behind the scenes. Not Natalie, not the Childcare Boss marketing lady, not the one that teaches all the trainings. Yes, I was embarrassed about a few things. I went through a lot in 2019 that I wasn't quite ready to share with you all because I was still going through the process. And now that I went through that process, I am ready to share this information with you. So let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is pest. Oh my God. Listen, my daycare went through a change. We went through some things. We end up getting rats. And let me not say regular rats. I call them sci-fi rats. I'm talking about rats big as cats. And if those that don't know that my first business is inside of a strip mall. So you have other businesses within the strip malls. So when I first got here in the strip mall, it was just me and the Shell's gas station. Okay. As time went on, we end up getting a hair salon. We have 2 restaurants inside of the Shell's gas station and a Mexican restaurant. We now have a phone company, an insurance company. Well, when you have different businesses that come onto the property, and then on top of that, the guy who originally owned the building sold the building. So now I'm dealing with new tenants. We're dealing with new landlords, new rules and regulations, and trying to learn everybody's temperament and making sure that everybody's on the same page. Oh my God. So right before that event, we noticed some changes within the ceiling. Now these ain't no regular, these was no regular situations, okay? Like I said, they were big as cats and puppies. They was chewing their way through the ceiling, and where they was coming from was from the restaurant and the Shell's gas station, and they didn't tell anybody. So as they're getting treated, they had their pest control to treat their business. The rats scattered, and when they scattered, they came this way, and when they came this way, I like to die. Oh my God, I like to die. And let me tell you something, there's a lot of people that won't admit this, that they have pests, or they have a pest control issue. And for a minute, I was really embarrassed, and I really did not want to admit that we had a pest issue for about 3 freaking months, to the point where I didn't even want to come into my baby, and to the point where I wasn't even sure if it was safe to be here. And that's when I end up looking for another location, and we'll get into that at another time, but we're going to solely talk about this. The pests were out of control. The pests were out of control. So what ended up happening was, I called the people that own the building, and they wanted to say, well, it is my responsibility to make sure that I have pest control come out and service my center. Now, I have pest control that come out twice a month because we're in a large location. My center is almost 4,000 square footage, and then we're right behind the dish. So I'm already servicing the property. I'm doing my part as stated in our lease, and I was going to do it anyway because we have children, and so children bring bugs from home. So we have pest control come out twice a week, and this was something that was foreign to me. I've never had pest control issues, baby. I'm from the hood. I ran away from them. But I've never seen none of these this big in a day in my life. Oh my God. So I finally, me and the landlord came to agreement. They just, they started straightening up, having their pest control come out and help us catch these pests. In the process of trying to catch these pests and trying to keep my sanity together and run other businesses, one of my employees called licensing on me to say that we have cats big as puppies, and it was at the time it was only one employee that used that phrase. That's why I got that phrase from, because she was never lying. I already knew where it came from. So when licensing got here, and I was honest with licensing, I'm like, yes, as long as I've been in this location, we've been here almost 5 years, I've never had this issue. Now, we did not get cited for it, because here's the thing. In the state of Texas, I don't know how it is where you are at, as long as you're taking care of the issue and you have proof that you're taking care of the situation, you only could do what you can do. So we didn't get cited for it, but it's still embarrassing, and it also showed loyalty in my business, who is loyal to my business. And I realized there is something going on in my daycare, and with the rats and the stuff that was going on inside of the business, I had to clean house, literally. That situation slowed me down, because that caused me to have to pay attention to my business, because keep in mind, we pay directors and management to run our businesses, but when stuff like this occurs, this is on you. This is not something that they would deal with, and they shouldn't have to deal with. This is solely on the owners, and it's completely up to me to make sure that I am doing what it is I need to do to make sure that the health of the children and staff is in compliance with not only child care licensing, but with the health department. So what I end up doing, I end up actually calling code compliance and the health department on myself, because the landlord at the time was taking me to play with, and I'd rather close this place down than to be known as the daycare with big old rats. Don't bring your children there, because at this time, at the height of my business, we was just nominated as top 3 best childcares in San Antonio, and I want to keep my reputation. And at the end of the day, it's not about the money that we that we're generating inside of the business. It's really about the children. And I have to go back to my mission and my vision. I started this business to care for children, to give quality child care for children, and I was not doing that. I'd rather shut it down and start over. And my mindset, I at the time, I wanted to light a match and say the hell with it, but I kept my composure, and we proceed with it. So I was able to get and I didn't call just on my daycare, I called for the whole complex, because if I'm having these issues, that means the whole complex is having issues, and these restaurants are having these issues. And sure enough, I was right. So code compliance and the health department made the landlord get on their job, because obviously I was not doing a good job of it. At that time, I really resented my landlords for putting me through this, because let me tell you something, I have half walls, and it was one little situation where one of them jumped. When it jumped, I jumped. When it landed, I landed, but I landed and twisted my ankle. That caused me to have to wear a boot for almost 3 weeks, because I basically fractured my ankle. And that caused me not to even want to come into the business, because I'm a scaredy cat. And again, like I said, most child care business owners would not admit this, but I'm admit that. I'm not afraid to put this type of content out. I've already dealt with licensing. I've already dealt with code compliance. I can say now, almost 10 months later, my daycare is free of pests. We still get service twice a month, and I have my landlord still have his pest control come out and check the whole facility at least once a month moving forward. So we are cleared. I sanitize, and anything that the sci-fi rats touched, I threw away. I didn't want any of it. Like I said, the health of my babies, it meant a lot to me. And then I had a professional come in to do a thorough clean, and now I am more on my staff about doing thorough cleans and properly putting away food, open containers, cups, bottles. We don't just leave them out anymore. We actually stack them in storage containers, but we haven't had any issues in over 10 months. And I'll be the first one to say, I would tell on myself before I allow anybody to go out and tell on me as if they're just doing justice, because it's not justice to me. I think when people call licensing on you for certain things, it's them being messy. So one of the reasons why I hesitated to put this type of content out is because I didn't want people to take my videos and try to use it against me. But since that problem has since been cleared and licensing did come out, because I had an employee that actually called licensing on me about that situation, I actually called the health department and code compliance to get on my landlord to help secure the problem. The problem has since been secured, and with doing that process, we killed a couple dozen of them bad mama jammas. And I would never look at childcare and restaurants when it comes down to pets ever the same, because now I wonder if I'm going to a restaurant to eat, I wonder if they had these same issues, and if are they properly securing, especially if I'm riding behind H-E-B or Walmart, or if I'm going to a restaurant, I look outside and look for the big bake traps, because I know what bake traps look like now. If I see those, we're not eating that. That means they got an issue, or they had an issue. I don't want to be bothered with it anymore, because you could quickly tell if somebody had pest issues just by walking around their facility and looking for the big black bake boxes. I could go on and on about that. So let me tell you some things that I did to get past that. Like I said, I called code compliance and the health department on the person that owned the facility. Somebody called licensing on me, which I'm glad they did, because I was able to find out a few more things. From my licensing rep told me that a lot of childcare businesses have this issue, and as long as they're taking care of the problem and staying on top of it, it's really nothing to citate, because it would have been a different story had I would have been able to prove that pest control comes out here regularly and taking care of the issue. And now here's the funny thing, and this is nothing but God. Actually, when the licensing rep came out, I had pest control came out, and she was able to have a conversation with him, and we was able to give them written documentations on the reasons why they're here and how often they come out to service the property. So everything happens for a reason, and I was able to get a little bit more education about that situation through my licensing rep, and I'm grateful for her for that, because that situation could have really went a whole entirely different direction. If at that point, if the food wasn't in cans, or if it was something that didn't have a safe, secure cover on it, I found myself catering to the children until that situation got taken care of, and that situation prompted me to go look for another location, and I wanted something closer. That way, if I had to make a quick move, I wouldn't lose any of my clients, and it wouldn't be an inconvenience for the clients that I had already had enrolled in the child care. But God saw fit for it to get fixed, and that left me with another building. And I'm grateful for the building, but we'll talk about that building in another video, because it's a lot that went on with that too. And that situation with the new location almost took me under for 2019. I almost lost faith in childcare because of that building. I almost lost faith in wanting to continue in this business because of that situation. 2019, I almost lost my drive and my willingness to want to keep moving forward in this business. And I want to thank a few people, and they know who they are, I don't have to say their names. I want to thank a few people that I talk to on a regular that really spoke life into me wanting to do this again, that really kept me going. And I've only talked to a few people about this situation, so you guys know who you are, and I thank you for being in my corner, because again, even your coach needs a coach, and sometimes it's not the information that's coming from a coach, it's somebody that's coming through it's information that's coming through like-minded individuals. So if you don't have a team of like-minded individuals, ladies and gentlemen, please get you done, because you need this in these businesses, because this childcare business is, everybody look at the glitz and glamour. Everybody look at the money that's coming in, but they don't look at the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, on how to keep it going, the stuff that we actually go through behind the scenes. And that's what I'm here for. That's what this channel is here for. We're talking about real life issues, real things that's actually happening in these businesses, because I am so sick of turning on the TV or going on social media and seeing nothing but drama within the childcare business. I'm tired of seeing that people are opening childcare businesses and they're harming the children. That's the stuff people want to televise, but people don't want to say, okay, yes, they did this, but what led to that? There are telltale signs that leads to people losing their mind and harming children. There are telltale signs. It's telltale signs that you're about to have a problem in your business. It's telltale signs. What are you doing to solve a problem before the problem gets here? And that's what we're going to talk about. My pain is your tool to succeed. Trust me, because that's something I never want to go through again. So, in 2020, this new decade, I have some plans that's coming, but I'm not going to speak on them right now. You know, I've learned to stop speaking on things until it's actually in motion or it's actually complete, because people have a tendency to speak stuff over you, your business, your finances, your family. So if something is not set in stone, don't put it out there in the universe until you're ready. And that's why I took my time to come back to Childcare Boss Marketing, because I am this person. If I'm going through something, how can I speak life into you? I don't want to speak my feelings, the stuff that I'm going through, onto you. That's why they always say, and I'm a firm believer because I'm a very spiritual person, you got to be careful who prays over you. You have to be careful who speaks life over you and your business and your family, your marriages. You have to be careful, especially if that person don't have, you will never know if a person have it all together. But I know for a fact that there's several people out there that's going through stuff and they're speaking lies on people. They're speaking lies into people's business. And the people are wondering why I did what so-and-so said. Why is my business not prospering? Why am I not seeing the results I paid for a service? Why is it not moving forward? It's not moving forward because that person is not being honest with you. That person is most likely in it for $1, which is nothing wrong with it. But if you're going to be in it for $1, say you're in it about $1, and just don't tell me that you really want to sincerely see me succeed, and I'm allowing you, and I'm believing you, and I'm receiving. That's what it is. You're receiving what that person is saying. And when you receive something from somebody that does not have it all together, or that person is just like, I'm just going to tell you what you need to hear so you can pay me, it's not going to move forward. So, and my mindset is, if I'm not really all here mentally, if I'm not here to really speak life into your business, because it's something that I've actually went through, and I'm going to tell you what I went through, but I'm going to tell you how I overcame it. I don't want to speak life on you until I know what I'm doing, because I don't want to speak my insecurities, and I don't want to speak give you any negative vibes, because I haven't mastered it yet. I really don't know what to tell you on that. And if you're going something in your business and I'm going something in my business, only thing we're doing is bouncing back negative energy, unsanitary or unholy vibes. So I didn't want to be that person. My philosophy is, if I'm not going to do it right, I'm not going to do it right at all. If I'm not going to do it right the first time, I'm not going to do it at all. And until I was ready to come out of the place that I was in, I was not going to speak life into other people's business. So I only spoke with a few people, and it most likely was someone that I will speak with on a regular basis, that went from being a client to being something else, actually being who God put in my life to help me bring out, to help me come out of the fog that I was in. Because baby, listen, 2019 was something else. I really don't know what to tell you guys. It was a lot, but I have overcame so much, and I am so grateful to God that He touches me. He speaks to me. He allow other people to put that passion back inside me, to where I'm able to sit here and do this video for you and talk to you guys about moving yourself forward in your business, because I've been filled again, and I'm ready to fill you with it. So the moral to this video is, one of the keynotes that I want you to take from this video is, first of all, have pest control on speed dial. Have them come service your business. Don't be afraid to expose exactly what's going on inside of your business. And the fact that I was honest with a lot of my parents caused me not to lose my parents. I'm like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We have a situation going on. I'd rather you guys be safe. I gave them the option to do what they needed to do, and all of them worked with me. As long as their children wasn't in harm's way, and it was being safe, and the place is sanitized, because they know I keep a clean building. Anybody that's ever been to any of my buildings knows that I'm a clean childcare. My childcare doesn't smell like childcare. I refuse to have that happen. They worked with me because I was honest with them. Now, if it was something that I was trying to hide, that situation could have went an entirely different direction. And then they also saw that pest control was out here regularly. They also saw that I told them, I called not pest control, the health department and code compliance, and if they tell me to shut it down, I'm gonna have to shut it down. They didn't tell me to shut it down. They just told me to keep it up, keep up what I'm doing, because whatever I'm doing is working. The other side of the complex, not so much. They had shut down their business for a little while, but I was willing to shut this whole place down and start from scratch, because listen, we're not going to do that. Don't be afraid of your truths, and stop worrying about the opinions of other people, because there's no such thing as a perfect business. You can probably sit down and walk through somebody's business. It may look very squeaky. It may look squeaky clean. This person may look like they have it all together, but I promise you, behind closed doors, there's an issue that's going on. So I'm going to leave this video right here. I just wanted to let you guys know that you'll be getting more videos like this of I'm telling my truths. I'm talking about everything that goes on behind closed doors in my businesses, especially my childcare business, because this stuff, we don't talk about it, and that's why a lot of things occur in our lives and inside of our business, and we're wondering why our business is not growing. Because you need to let that go, sis. You need to let go of what's hindering you from moving forward. At that time and moment, the pest was hindering me from moving forward, and then it caused me to get handicapped for about 3 weeks. So we took care of that situation, and then we went into something else. So when I come at you with a new video, we're going to actually go back into some of the issues that I've had with, I want to say, with the new building, since I started talking about it. Most of you guys, if you follow me in our Childcare Boss Marketing group, if you're not in that group, you need to get in that group. That group is, I created that group for childcare business owners. You can get you can get videos like this. You can get free insight. We help and motivate one another. So if it's a question that you need answered and I can't get to you, I'm quite sure that somebody's in that Childcare Boss Marketing group can help you with that. We just created the Childcare Chronicles group. In Childcare in Chronicles, it's not going to be so much about the support system. I wanted to create a platform where childcare business owners like myself and you can go and vent. Let's vent, because let's face it, we go through so much in our businesses that we can't just talk to somebody that don't know the childcare business. We can't just put everything out on social media, because you don't want that content to be taken the wrong way. I wanted to create a safe platform to where we can actually go and vent our frustrations in the Childcare Chronicles, because that's what Childcare Chronicles was made for. So if you're not in that group, get in that group, Childcare Chronicles, and you'll know it's me, because I think it's another one out there, but I own the name, so it was only befitting that I created a group that I own, so the name that I own. But that group is made for you to go and vent your frustrations, and it's a private group, so everyone is not invited, and that whatever you say in there is meant to dump your feelings and how you're truly feeling and leave it, and then go on to something else, because what you're going through at that particular time, that may help somebody else. Somebody else may be going through that same issue that you're going through at that time, and let's talk about it. Let's see. All right, so I'm going through a situation with pests. I got rats. So what can I do? Is anybody else having this issue? What was the steps that you went through to go to get over it? Is it a safety hazard? How does licensing view your daycare if something like that was to occur? Are you responsible for it? Is your landlord responsible for it? These are real questions. This is stuff I actually ask myself. And to answer your question that I'm gonna give you that information. One, if you're renting, you're responsible to make sure that pest control is out regularly at your facility. Now, if it's a situation like I had, and it was obvious that it was not just my business, it was the foundation and the structure of the center as a whole. That's a landlord issue. Okay, so you're responsible for having pest control to come out to your location, but it is your landlord's responsibility to make sure that the facility, that his property is free of pests. And if you're paying triple net, that is a part of your triple net. So you don't know what triple net is and you're looking to get in childcare business, baby, leave a comment down below and let's get into it. But triple net is that's what you pay for triple net. They're supposed to keep your grounds clean and keep your buildings safe. That's a date issue. So when because I knew my rights, they couldn't really get past too much with me. They tried to throw it on me, but I'm already doing what I'm supposed to do. But I end up, to bring it a little further, of course I brought it to my lawyer, but I also brought it to again, code compliance and the health department. And trust me, your landlord don't want to be involved in that, because there's big fines that they will have to pay. And if you're responsible for closing your building because of something on them for their negligence, you do not have to pay them. Now, if you own your building, of course, you know that you're responsible for everything in your facility, and that's something that you may want to look into, having a pest control come out a little bit more often than usual. Stay ready. Always keep the bait down, but not bait inside of the building. You cannot have bait inside of the building, but you can have special traps out of sight and out of reach of children, of course. Then, of course, you have the bait box. To avoid them even coming inside, y'all go straight to these bait boxes. So that's one of the things that I did there. I also trained my staff on how to better clean their room. I don't even allow my staff to eat in the classrooms anymore. You're not allowed to eat in the classroom. I don't want to see your personal food and drinks inside of the classroom. And if the snacks that we have inside of the classroom, we don't leave them exposed anymore. We also put them in special containers just in case. So that situation as a whole actually prompted me to go over and beyond the minimum standards of safely storing and how we see things as a whole when it comes down to food and drinks, and just having things exposed, because most likely they're coming in to eat. They're looking for water to drink. I don't even accept outside cups anymore. We use the center cups. I will get into that also, why I only use my cups and I don't allow parents to bring bottles or sippy cups anymore. You may want to reconsider that too, but that's another video for another time. So I'm going to leave this video right here, guys. Welcome to 2020. This is a new decade. If you have not liked and subscribed to this channel, please do so you can get updates, to get that bell to ring when I have new videos that will be coming to you guys. And like I said, if there's a topic that you guys want me to talk about, inbox me, leave a comment down below, and let's get into it, because most likely if you're currently going through it, it's something I've probably have already went through. So until next time, guys, and remember, in a world full of bosses, be a mogul. Bye, my mogul.